This is Logan.
Well, hello. Would this be Logan Lynn?
Yes, it would be. How's it going?
Hi, Logan Lynn. This is Scott Wood, and I'm calling from The Interview Show.
Hey, Scott Wood. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you tonight?
Good. I was watching a video that my friend sent me from YouTube of this bunny humping a red balloon, truthfully.
Logan Lynn, I have to ask you, did the bunny get his complete gratification?
I don't know. You called, and so I paused it. I'll have to find out later.
No good deed will go unpunished, and not one ounce of love will be a promise. While we bury the king and count our knives, we try our best to carve our names quickly as
ready to go.
All right. Welcome to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host, and today I have Logan Lynn on the line. Hi, Logan.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so we've just listened to Quickly As We Pass, the single off
Cool.
your current record. I would
Yeah.
love it if you could tell us a little bit about that song, the creation of it, what went into it, stuff like that.
Sure. Well, this new record is a benefit for Q Center, which is actually where I spend most of my time here in Portland. It's Portland's LGBT community center. So I did that. It came out last August digitally, and was meant to be a fundraiser for this place. So that's sort of how it has spun out in the months since. And I went on and made some videos as well. So this is the first of that just came out this week. And it's going to be on Logo and MTV and things in the States here in the next coming months. But the creation of the song, this whole record, I Killed Tomorrow Yesterday, was half about me sort of hitting a point in my life that I needed to make some changes, and also, about the dissolution of a relationship that was a long-term 7-year relationship that I had been in, that finally was over. So I worked with a new producer on this record, and it was clear after, the demo process was done that it was dark and that, it was heavy. So I worked with somebody who I thought could lighten it up a little bit. And we ended up making a dance record, which, I've always been electronic, but have never really gone for this almost vintage pop sort of feel. And that's kind of how this came about. It's the whole concept that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. And this time it was some sort of more real or heavy medicine, it seemed like. So it sounds happier than other stuff that I've put out. But if you listen closely, it's about sort of the end of love.
Sweet. So can you tell us a little bit about the song?
I wrote it the day Michael Jackson died. That's the first thing. So like that line about "While we bury the king" is in reference to Michael Jackson. I think I was, I had just left this relationship. I was hanging out at my mom's house, like having one of those moments, like "Bring me juice" or something. I don't even remember. I had just like gone home basically as an adult to recuperate from this experience of things not working out and having this picture of my life just sort of turn out not to be real. So I started writing and ended up, continuing to write that whole week that I was there. I would watch a little bit of TV and then pause and write things, and just kind of stayed holed up at my parents' house during the whole time. And Quickly As We Pass was sort of a commentary on the state of things at the end. In our house, after the relationship had run its course, we still lived together for 6 months as a broken up sort of couple, like not together, but still kind of in the same space.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, I listened to both your records today, and
Cool.
Listening to them, I don't know, I love how honest you are, and you're really honest in your songs.
Sure.
When you meet other dudes, are they kind of nervous that they're going to end up as completely naked emotionally in one of your songs?
Right. Well, I guess there is that. I'm currently in sort of a new relationship. We're something like 4 months in, and I think I have that knowledge, just knowing that everything's out there. My every dark thought I've ever had can be downloaded since I was 17 years old. There's multiple records out there just for the picking. So I have that where I know people can look at me. So I'm sure the other way around it's fitting as well. So I try to be really respectful and kind of keep that out of everything, but I think it does creep in. I don't know. I've never been in the head of someone I've dated to really know. As far as I know, I've never put names on there, never named a song after somebody, but I guess you do run that risk when you date a songwriter, that you're going to end up as fodder for a song at some point.
All right. At the end of the show, I like the artist to pick a song from their catalog and talk a little bit about it as I bring up the music. So,
Okay.
Logan Lynn, What would you like me to play?
How about Velocity? That's going to be the second single off this record, this new record, I Killed Tomorrow Yesterday. And
Perfect.
it is very much about, the realization that I needed to change my life and sort of like looking at who I was and having that moment of like, wow, you're here, you're getting what you have been working towards, and this is it. This is what that looks like, so take it or leave it.
All right, we've got Logan Lynn's Velocity. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Logan Lynn, and you're listening to The Interview Show.
Well, hello. Would this be Jake Courtois?
This is Jake Courtois.
Well, hello. This is Scott Wood. I'm calling from the Interview Show. How are you doing?
I'm well, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What are you up to right now?
I was trying to storyboard videos for the live content, the content of my live show, on clips that have to do with water. So there are, endless patterns of waves, whirlpools, naturally occurring whirlpools. I'm investigating water slides, rain, that sort of thing.
Oh, that's kind of nice. That must be very calming in the evening.
Well, yeah, I hope so. I think you have to be careful with video content that accompanies a live performance, because when you put additive light on stage, people's eyes will immediately go to that. And I certainly want people to notice what's going on, but I always want to structure it in such a way that, that it's absorbing and hopefully kind of mesmerizing, but at the same time not so distracting that, the people only stare at the video. It's kind of melts into the background and has almost a more subliminal effect. Hi, my name is Jake, otherwise known as Courtois, and you're listening to The Interview Show.
Angels on the left, devil's always right. Swallow all the rest, cut another line. Whoa, I'm afraid to die. This way, my mind is made up. Mind is made up. Candy in the sun. We all come undone. The inside's on the outside. Wave goodbye. Skeletons perfume, sugar set as bone, moving through the room, crowded and alone. Whoa, I'm afraid to die. This way, my mind is made up. Mind is made up. Candy in the sun. We all come undone. Inside's on the outside. Wave goodbye. Wave goodbye. Honey, just a little love. Honey, just a little love. Honey, just a little love. Love your neighbor. Honey, just a little drop. Honey, just a little drop. Honey, just a little drop. If I waver, I'm afraid to die. This way, my mind is made up. Mind is made up. Candy in the sun. We all come undone. Inside's on the outside. Wave goodbye.
But Candy in the Sun, actually, that song, the intro of that song has this little percussive beat that was really born out of me tapping my fingers while I was trying to figure out a beat, and then I liked the way that my fingers tapping sounded, and so I recorded that and played around with it, looped it, and the rest of the song kind of just flowed out of that happy organic accident.
So now the show's going to really begin. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna do.
Sweet. All right. Welcome to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host, and today I've got Jake from the band Courtois. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Scott?
I'm doing pretty good. All right. I would love it if you could talk a little bit about your origins, like how you got to be the performer.
How I got to be the performer. Well, I think that was something probably born into me. I remember being a little kid and putting makeup on and performing for myself in the mirror when there was no one else to watch me. But
whoa, hold up.
I grew up.
Hold up. I gotta ask. When you're a little kid, what performances are you doing for yourself?
This is it's a little cliche. But I remember, God, I guess it must have been, my older brother had, a lot of old albums. I think I must have been 10, and the first album that, this is very prescient of my brother, but the first album that I ever owned that was bought for me by him was Behavior by the Pet Shop Boys.
Uh-huh.
So, so I think, I'd sit in front of the mirror and sing, like, my October Symphony and, being boring.
Nice. So everybody's picturing baby Jake dancing to Pet Shop Boys. Nice image.
Dancing to Pet Shop Boys, watching the Bruce Weber video, just being 7 years old and already totally gay.
Sweet. Okay. Your band is called Koortwah, and it's spelled Koortwah. And I'm assuming it comes from your real name, Jake Courtois, which is you're a Montreal-born dude, so you've got a French-Canadian name.
Yes, I have a very French last name, which, generally speaking, people who are born Anglophone and outside of Quebec just instinctively mispronounce. And so I had been through a couple of ideas for other monikers, and then it just occurred to me that all I really had to do was provide a more user-friendly spelling of my last name, and Courtois was born. It was sort of, I didn't actually. I would love to be able to say that I had done this intentionally, but I didn't do this intentionally. I obviously realized that that name wasn't taken by anybody else. But what's kind of fantastic about it is that I don't think it really means anything else in any language. So if anybody punches Courtois into Google, they just get pages and pages of me, because it doesn't mean anything else to anyone else.
Cool. So now I did a Google search of you earlier today, which was very easy because of the spelling of your name.
Naturally.
And I found that Jay Bone, the comic book artist, did a caricature of you. Wow.
He did. He did. He gave me very big arms.
Nice. So you got to tell us, how did the picture get drawn? Where did it come from?
Oh yeah, he came to a show I played in New York. I think he's a friend of my friend Richard Sakas, who is otherwise known as Colby Keller, famous porn star. And I think Jay Bone, knows him and has drawn him. And he was in New York and came to the show, took some pictures of the show, and that character was born.
So at the end of the show, I love it when the guest picks a song off their current record and talks a little bit about it as we bring up the music.
Okay. I think, Night Vision's a great one to start with. I'm always a little bit reluctant to try and, explain my lyrics too specifically, because I think it kind of inhibits listeners from, finding their own story in the song. But I think a lot of songs, that I've written that come across as love songs and songs about other people, are probably, more written from a place of introspection and sort of the conflicted relationship that I'm often most interested in is the internal one that we have with ourselves, and how it can sort of be projected to to relate to the way that we engage with other people. I think to a large extent where we're always kind of using as mirrors to gauge our own perception of ourselves. Night Vision is a song about having difficulty in recognizing ourselves and recognizing other people, what they mean to us, and the difficulty we have coping with that.
Sweet. Well, here we go. We're going to listen to Night Vision by Courtois.
Hi, my name is Jake, otherwise known as Courtois, and you're listening to The Interview Show.
Dieu. Mais le temps est passé.